Due to the massive impact social media and technology are having on the notary industry. The rise of the smart notary is in full effect. Are you prepared for the inevitable changes, or will you become obsolete? Nationwide notary agency owner Tiger Toledo shows you exactly how to leverage opportunities that currently exist. Through real-life examples, personal stories, insight, and examples, Tiger shares how he took his small one-man traveling notary service to a nationwide success using the same technology available to you. Rise of the Smart Notary will teach you how to take advantage of today's opportunities. Provide strategies and tips for using social media. Breakdown of the traditional way versus the new way of doing business. How you can exploit the opportunities that exist today. Tiger will also teach you how to work smarter, not harder. Explain top mistakes notaries make with their business. Provide immediate steps you can take towards success. Grab your copy today. It will change your life.
Hey there, are you ready to discover how you can achieve your biggest dream? Take just a few minutes out of your time today and you could easily change your life. Don't worry, no experience necessary. Keep on watching this video and you won't regret it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for another training session here to build and increase the cash flow of your notary business. So let's get right into it without any further ado. Let's talk a little bit about the call script here. Now, when I designed the call script, I knew the call script was going to be very versatile. I knew it was going to be able to transcend on different platforms and act as a catalyst to generate income and, most importantly, disqualify customers or clients that do not fit our service model. Okay, so here's the thing. When I created the call script, right, I really created it maybe after a few conversations with some clients, and I started noticing a trend, and I started noticing commonalities of questions that they were asking me. Now, I looked at those questions deeply, and then I said, you know what? I can take some of those questions and make them a little bit more of a loaded answer. Like I'm not just answering it as a yes or no. I have to give more of a description. Now, in my sales career, we learned that the longer the spiel, the higher the deal. I always kept that in the back of my mind. The longer the spiel, the higher the deal, the more money you can ask per deal. If you have a very, very short spiel or pitch, your services will not be able to equate to the amount of money that you're asking the client to pay for. So you have to keep that in mind. I want you to, I'll give you an example. My nephew one day, his windshield got cracked, and we started calling quite a few windshield replacement services. And a lot of them, we would just tell them the make and model of the car. And, you know, they gave us a price within, you know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Then we got to a company, I believe it was called SafeLight. They're the ones that have the commercial and everything. They took their time to ask, well, does it have wiring to heat up the windshield? And they probably already knew the answer to it because once we gave them the make and model, but they asked us so many questions, which took about maybe 15 minutes of questioning, right? And I said to my nephew, and I said, watch, her price is going to be much higher than everyone else's. And sure enough, when she gave us the price, she was literally like 2 times as much as her competitors. Now, does that knock her out the box? Absolutely not, because she was thorough enough for us to have a picture in our mind that when they come out and do the windshield, it's not going to be a half-assed job. It's going to be very, very, very thorough. And if I have any problems, I know I can find these people versus the other people. Like, you might take your chance with them. They might not put your windshield in the right way. You get what you paid for, kind of. So that company definitely came across as the experts in replacing windshield. And that's the way you want to come across. That is why I designed the call script the way it's designed, and it's very loaded. So one of the things I wanted to do was be able to take that same call script model and be able to put it on different platforms. So I'll give you an example. I also use email marketing, which you guys don't have to use. I'm probably not using it to its fullest potential, but I use email marketing because I was using it for my other businesses, which was called Aweber, which allows me to send out email broadcasts, schedule different emails to automatically go out to people. So it's automated. I don't have to be there. I don't have to man it. It's just automated. So on my website, and I'll show you guys here, on my website, if somebody wants to schedule a notary, you'll be able to see that I took that exact call script and put the call script on the opt-in platform, as you guys can see right here. So it's exactly the same way. I took that same call script and put it onto my Aweber opt-in platform. So when somebody fills that out and I get an email, I know exactly what they're looking for. And then I took the same call script, and I'll show you guys here. I started doing this not too long ago.
On a beautiful late spring afternoon, 10 years ago, 2 young men graduated from the same college. They were very much alike. These 2 young men both had been better than average students, both were personable, and both as young college graduates were filled with ambitious dreams for the future. Recently, these men returned to their college for their 10th reunion. They were still very much alike. Both were happily married. Both had 3 children. And both, it turned out, had gone to start their own notary business in the Midwest. But there was a difference. One of the men was a solopreneur running all the notary appointments himself, and the other had a nationwide notary agency. What made the difference? Have you ever wondered, as I have, what makes this kind of difference in people's lives? It isn't a native intelligence or talent or dedication. It isn't that one person wants success and the other doesn't. The difference lies in what each person knows and how he or she makes use of that knowledge. And that is why I am writing to you about the Notary Cashflow Academy. For that is the whole purpose of the Academy, to give its members knowledge that they can use in business. Every month the Academy releases specific information of interest and significance to notary business-minded people. These videos include workshops, live interviews, worksheets, checklists, and overviews that can help notaries cash flow their business regardless of the current condition of this fast-moving world. Knowledge is power. In the Academy, we will share with you priceless information, strategies, and tactics to either help you avoid costly mistakes and pitfalls for generating countless leads to stimulate your business. A money-saving subscription. Put our statements to the proof by subscribing for the next month for just $97. This is among the shortest subscription term we offer and a perfect way to get acquainted with the Academy. Or you may prefer to take advantage of our Better Buy lifetime, all-inclusive access for $997. You save over $167 in the first year and never have to pay another dime. Simply choose the Cash Flow Secrets course and select the payment option that works best for you. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee and may cancel your monthly subscription at any time. If you feel as we do that this is a fair and reasonable proposition, then you will want to find out without delay if the Notary Cashflow Academy can do for you what it is doing for thousands of notary professionals. So please, confirm your order and get instant access to the Notary Cashflow Academy courses immediately. As for those 2 college classmates I mentioned earlier, in the beginning, they graduated from college together and got started in the notary business world. So what made their lives in business different? Knowledge. Useful knowledge. And its execution. An investment in success. I cannot promise you that success will be instantly yours if you enroll in the Notary Cashflow Academy. But I can guarantee that you will find the Academy always interesting, always reliable, and always useful. Happy stamping.
It was in Calendly. Calendly allows me to schedule my appointments. It's a free service. I suggest that you guys download it and start booking your appointments. Now, the way that process goes is somebody will call me, right? I'll go through the call script. Then I'll tell them, they'll probably say something like,
okay, great. I'll just call you back if we decide to go with you guys.
No problem. I'm also going to send you a link to allow you guys to schedule your appointment in the future if you guys decide that you want to go with the company. Once they hit that link, and I'm going to show you guys how to text like a maverick. I am going to make a specific episode, a specific training on how effective texting is in this day and age. So be on the lookout for that. So what I did was, once I text them the quick quote, right under there's a link that allows them to schedule an appointment. Once they hit that link and they pick the date that they want, the date and time that they're looking for, you're going to find, and I'm going to show it to you guys here, another call script. I infused the calendar with the call script again. So it's just being as thorough as possible, because something might come up, right? They might realize that they can't get a certain person to be a witness, or they might realize that somebody doesn't have an ID. It just reiterates and it just makes them more comfortable with the consistency that they're seeing with the call script. They say, wow, this guy asked me the same question. Now it's here again in front of me. They're not going to look at it as being redundant. They're going to look at it as, this company has done this job many, many times before. They're professional. I can trust them. They're the experts and authority in this field. Okay, so I want you to think of different ways that you can use the call script. It's very, very versatile. It'll help you in the long run, as well as help disqualify clients that should not be your customer. That's another training video right there. But we'll talk about that. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to drop a comment below or email me at support@usnotaryagency.com. Peace. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to make sure everything is up and running. How are you guys doing? Let's see how this thing works. I am your host, Ballard C. Toledo, also known as Tiger Toledo. your international sales and marketing expert, villain. So today we're going to cover a really good topic that will help you make more sales. If you're an entrepreneur, you like sales, right? So let's get right into it. We're going to do a quick screen share here. Okay. You guys let me know if you guys can see my screen. This is my notary business website here. This is U.S. Notary Agency. We are a nationwide
Hi, my name is Renee Denman, and
notary
I am the
business.
owner of California
This is some of the clients.
Agency. I am telling you a little bit about my experience with the Cashflow Academy. Mr. Toledo and his agency, the U.S. Notary Agency, has been tremendous to my growth and my ability to scale my loan signing service. With that being said, if it wasn't for him, I would not know all of the things that I have, from just his personal coaching, his personal mentoring, and just in general, telling me how to market my business, how to excel, how to leverage, phone scripts, you name it, everything. He had, if it wasn't for himself, his due diligence with me, I would never be where I am now. Let me just give you a sneak peek. $23K a month from just escrow companies from our agency was able to do in the first 6 months of our business. That is just tremendous, and a salute to Mr. Toledo. If it wasn't for him, from just Google My Business, from marketing ourselves to just doing mock calls with escrow companies, how to find notaries, he will tell you everything how to scale your businesses. So thank you so much, Mr. Toledo, for just investing into Miss Renee. And I applaud you, and I thank you so much. Gratitude. Excellent.
That we've worked with at the bottom here. But I want to just show you a quick trigger, a couple of triggers that helped out a lot before we get into the whole presentation. If you guys know how to design websites and stuff like that, definitely look into creating a pop-up with a coupon code in there. That will help out a lot because people love saving money. And if you can help them save money, bada bing, they're going to input their information. That way you can always remarket back to those customers, because it's easier to remarket and send promotions and discounts and coupons to existing clients that have broken bread with you, that have spent money with you before, versus trying to do that with brand new clients. So if you can, always try to put a pop-up in your website. That helps out a lot. Okay? So let's go right into it. We're going to do the slide presentation. Let's start all over here. And let's go. I wanted to say, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Notary Business School, where you came to be the boss, right? Today, we're going to cover how to deal with clients over the phone. And I am your host, Tiger Toledo. So let's get right into it. We're going to make this as fun as possible. Business doesn't always have to be so serious, but we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to have fun because making money is fun. Spending it is fun too. So let's go into, I'm going to tell you guys who I am and what I have done, so you know you're not just getting information from someone that really has no experience in sales or marketing or anything like that. Then we're going to cover how to deal with clients over the phone, okay? Then we're going to cover some basic and advanced techniques that you can use today, real time, to convert sales. And then I have a little bit of bonus training for you guys. And then if you guys want to, we could do a little bit of Q&A, right? So who is Valar Tiger Toledo? I am a first generation Haitian American. What that means is I have a work ethic of an immigrant, but I have 21st century tools that help me along the way, which is huge. Some of the notable Haitians you may know of is Wyclef Jean, Usher Raymond, Zoe Saldana, Jason Derulo, and Blake Griffin, just to name a few. So currently I live in Chicago, but I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I spent most of my life in Brooklyn, and I moved to Chicago, which I reside in now and have a family with now. Love Chicago. Chicago is a great, great city. If you haven't visited, definitely suggest you come visit. They have some great pizza, by the way. So my first job ever was Chuck E. Cheese. So go ahead and get your laughs out. I was 21 years old when I got my first job, which is unheard of. You know, like, I wish I would have gotten a job earlier, because then I would have understood the workforce a little bit better. But at the age of 21, I got my first job at Chuck E. Cheese. And yes, I was the cashier. I was putting the stamps on the parent's hand and the kid's hand. I was cutting pizzas, doing parties. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was the mascot. I I put on the Chuck E. Cheese suit. Heck, I think there was a 7-year-old kid that stabbed me in the back of the leg with a fork. That case is still pending, so we won't talk about that. So working at Chuck E. Cheese was a great experience because I got to meet a lot of parents. I got to see a little bit of sales, a little bit of marketing, but not too much. But I understood that sales was a very intricate part of the organization, because they used to push us to sell Chuck E. Cheese cups, or we need you to sell more pepperoni. We need you to sell more sausage, more toppings, right? So I understood sales was a very, very intricate part of it. But the training that I got there wasn't intense enough for the real world, how the real world operates. It was still more on some romper room type of training. So that is when I went to Bally Total Fitness, and it was Bally Total Fitness where it all started. I was introduced to selling. Selling is persuasion, and persuasion is a system and process. Now, when I was growing up, when I would see people convince another person to do something or persuade them to do something, I just naturally assumed that they had this gift of gab, right? Or they were natural born salespeople. It was when I joined Bally Total Fitness, I realized that there was a system and a process to this. They took people with no experience in sales and marketing, and they made them into superstars. So at the bottom, you guys can see my handles for Facebook, YouTube, US Notary, and my university school for sales. If you guys ever want to get in contact with me, you could get in contact with me on any of those channels. But that right there was huge. That is when I understood that sales and marketing can be injected in any business whatsoever. So after I worked with Bally Total Fitness for a while, became assistant manager. I was training, I was doing a lot of grand openings. I was training staff on how to sell and stuff like that. I decided to go into business of my own. And I currently have about 23 years of sales and marketing experience, okay? I am an entrepreneur, an author, a husband of 13 years, and I have 3 beautiful kids. Some of the notable companies I've worked with as an independent contractor was Ford, Remax, a couple of hospitals. I was featured on iHeartRadio. Good music. I work with Malik Youssef, who has orchestrated songs like All of the Lights with Rihanna, Kanye West. He wrote songs for Jay-Z and stuff like that. But the most notable and collaborations that I'm proud of is, in fact, the Notary Business School and the Passive Income School, which is Andre Hatchett's institute. I love what this guy has done. He has done some remarkable stuff, built the community. I love his authenticness, straight to the point, no fluff, no bull. And I am very, very proud and very happy to be on his platform today, teaching you guys on how to conduct yourself over the phone with clients. So I want to bring you guys up to speed on what's going on. Today, if you have a college degree and you find yourself being an entrepreneur and you realize that, hey, look, things ain't really that easy for me to succeed as an entrepreneur in business. And there's a reason why that you're not generating enough sales in your business, why your business may be suffering or hemorrhaging or virtually almost extinct. And I pulled this article by the Harvard Business Review, which says more universities need to teach sales. So I want you guys to know that if you have a college degree or you don't have a college degree, mainly for the people that have college degrees, you were never taught how to run a successful business. Because one of the key fundamental talents or skills that you can learn in business is persuasion. It is sales. So here in this article, it says that more than 50% of U.S. college graduates, regardless of their majors, are likely to work in sales at some point. There are over 4,000 colleges in the United States.
Notary secrets, how
less
to make
than
more money
100
without working more.
teach sales.
During this free webinar, Tiger Toledo reveals how you can attract more clients with cutting-edge ways to market your notary business. You'll learn how to develop the right mindset, how to create passive income as a notary, and about how to start a notary agency. He will also show you how to build a profitable notary business on a shoestring budget. Plus, why it's tougher than ever before to reach prospects, and what you can do about it. The number one skill separating great notaries from their peers. 3 reasons it's hard to learn how to become a successful notary public. And how you can use my SmartNet system to make way more money than you are today. Register today.
That's huge. So if just imagine when you were back college or any type of profession, you look to the left of you, you see a person, you look to the right of you, you see a person, and then realize that, and you look at yourself and realize that one of you 3 are gonna be in sales at some point, but they never teach sales in school. So that is why I chose to roll out Vector Sales Academy to help people understand sales, what's going on in business, how this will orchestrate your business success. Now you have to think about it. When it comes to business, right? Persuasion is a part of life, whether you like it or not. Think about dating. If you're going to be in a relationship, male or female, you have to persuade that person to want to date you. Like, why would you be a good catch for that person? Why should that person marry you? You have to persuade that person. If you have any kids, you have to persuade your kids to do their homework, to take a bath, to brush their teeth, to, whatever. Eat your Brussels sprouts, right? Another part of persuasion, like you have to persuade people to come into your organization. Why should they do business with you? How are you going to persuade that client to want to do business with you? Persuasion is all parts of life. If you're looking into office space, you're going to have to persuade people or the landlord to give you a better deal on that lease. Give me a better deal. So persuasion is in all aspects of life. So let's get right into it. How many of you guys remember this guy here? This is Mushmouth from Fat Albert. And I'm using Mushmouth to orchestrate what are going to be the basics on how to deal with clients over the phone, okay? So the first one, in this notary business, you better answer the phone quickly. Because when people are looking for notaries, there's gonna be a list on Google, on the Google search, that has a bunch of notaries on there. And I can let you know right now from experience that a lot of notaries do not answer the phone, which is great for me because I always answer my phone. At least 95% of the time, I'm answering my phone. When the client is calling for a notary and it goes to voicemail, they don't leave a voicemail say, hey, my name is Brenda. I'm looking for a notary. Can you please give me a call back? They don't do that. They go next on the list. Who's next on the list? And the person that answers the phone is the person that gets the first crack at earning their business. So answering the phone in this business is crucial. Crucial. Don't wait for the phone to ring twice. As soon as you hear go bing, you ding, bing, ding. That's how you have to do it. You have to answer your phone as quickly as possible. Okay? So that's the first one. The next one is you have to be warm and welcoming when you're answering the phone. I can't tell you, there are times that I've called businesses and they sound like I'm bothering them. Like, hello? Oh, God. You want a notary? Okay, let me see what we have. No, I can't do that. No, that time doesn't work for me. I mean, rude. They're not warm. They're not inviting. It's just, it feels like I'm bothering them. So therefore, I don't even want to do business with you and give you my hard-earned money if I feel like I'm bothering you. What happens when you go to a restaurant and you get bad service? They're not warm and welcoming in their restaurant. Their tip meter goes down. Oh, yeah, I was going to give you $10. Now it went down to $8.50. Oh, she didn't bring my water. Oh, $7. It keeps going down and down and down to the point where they might not even get 10%, right? So be warm and welcoming when you're answering the phone. Third, introduce yourself and your business. So when a person calls me or my organization, anybody answering the phone, that is the very basic, fundamental part of it. We always answer the phone like this. Thank you for calling U.S. Notary Agency. My name is Mark. How may I help you today? You see that? Thank you for calling U.S. Notary. I just introduced my business. My name is Mark. I introduced myself. How may I help you today? I'm warm and welcoming. Just one sentence. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. You can teach your kids to do this. If the kids can do it, you can do it. You can teach other people to do it within your organization. But having a great greeting is so imperative, okay? So let's go on to the next one. You're gonna have to speak clearly. That is why I have Mr. Mushmouth from Fat Albert on here. You're going to have to speak clearly. You remember how Mushmouth used to talk? Fab Albert. You didn't know what that dude was saying. You know what I mean? You don't want to sound like Quavo from the Migos. You know, you want to speak clearly so the customer remember, in this business of notaries, you're going to interact with many different races, from people from India, Pakistan, Mexico, Africa, Americans, from all across the globe. People are going to be calling you needing notary service. That's just what it is. So speak clear and speak concise. It's going to help you out in the long run. And then do not use slang or buzzwords. I can't tell you how many times I've called businesses and someone will be like, oh, it sounds like you about to get turned up over there. What turned up? Turned up? Or back in the day, they used to say, fleek. They're like, the business is on fleek. Not for when you're receiving a phone call. You want to be as professional as possible. As professional as possible. So refrain from using slang and buzzwords. You can use it when you're around family and friends and you're doing other stuff. That's cool. But when a client is calling, they have a certain amount of expectations on the phone call. So do not use slang or buzzwords. Even if the client is using slang or buzzwords, you don't use it. You just take it a level higher, because you are the authority in this situation. You are the expert when it comes to your business. So self-control is huge. Okay. So now we're going to go into the more advanced ways of answering the phone. And
thanks for watching. I hope you got a lot from it. Don't forget to click the link below for my special discounted price.